We're going to find out what's on the mind of Matthew Archbold, and I know we're going to Matthew. We've been wrestling with a little game we call One Doesn't Belong, and they're hoping that you can help them out with it.
I keep saying it's Tim, but Ron keeps saying it's me.
It could be one or the other. I don't know, but. Before we get to Creative Minority Report, which one of these four does not belong, and then why? Okay, Fit, Viper, Compass, Impala. What do you think? You mull that over.
Now, look, Matthew, I know that you're on other Catholic radio programs. Nobody gets into the serious stuff like us. You know, this is life-changing stuff here. When people tune in, we take that responsibility very seriously, and we try to make a difference in their lives for Jesus. And then sometimes we just waste a bunch of time. So,
right. That's what we specialize in over here.
That's right.
Can I just point out something? Today, a grievous, terrible blow was dealt to Satan and all of his minions.
Yeah.
And we're not covering this, and we should.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Belichick and Nick Saban have both stepped down within 24 hours of one another.
I didn't know Bill Belichick had stepped down.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're buddies.
Satan has been dealt a grievous blow today.
Yeah, I'm with you. I am with you.
Wow. That's big news.
That is. As far as your car thing, I have no idea which one doesn't belong.
All right, I've got another text that came in that's a little bit different. Viper because it's rear-wheel drive. Viper because it's rear-wheel drive. Is that right?
That's a very thoughtful answer.
But not the right one.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
But therefore not the right one because it's very thoughtful.
Yeah, if it was thoughtful at all, it can't be the right one.
I will put an end to this madness if you'd like me to answer it.
Yeah, let's do it.
To you.
Now, but let's be clear. I got it right to start with, but wrong, right?
Because you mentioned that Fit was a foreign car.
Yeah.
And then Viper, Compass, and Impala are all domestics. And that's true.
That's true.
But that's not what I was looking for.
Not what you were looking for.
Because Fit, Viper, and Impala all have one thing in common. They have been discontinued.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So the Compass is still in production.
The Compass has been discontinued. I own
the Compass is still in production.
The one that's going on. The Impala, the Viper, and the Fit have been discontinued.
They don't make those anymore.
Oh, my goodness. I didn't know that.
Who would have thought the Compass would outlive?
I know.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, there you go.
They'll probably retire it next year, but it's still in production. So there you go.
Oh, and then somebody else said Compass only SUV. That's it, yeah. Which is also true. So there's lots of ways to skin this cat.
It's kind of an SUV. Kind
of.
If we bring that definition way down, you know?
To me, it's like, it's kind of an SUV like Biden's kind of a Catholic. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't say that. That's a personal judgment, and I would never, ever say that.
Who are we to judge?
Yeah, I would not say that. So tell us what's going on at CreativeMinorityReport.com.
Do you want to know how I know our education system is broken?
Yes.
Yes, of course you do. That's why you call me.
Yes, otherwise we have no way to fill this time.
That's right.
You'd figure out something stupid even than this. There was a man named Robert Smalls. Do you know this man at all? Have you heard of him?
No.
Okay, he was born in 1839. He was born a slave to a South Carolina man named Henry McKee.
Wow.
Okay. He ended up dying in the same house that he was born in. He was brought up a Christian.
Wow.
Super smart kid, right? And always did great. In fact, Mr. McKee ended up hiring him out for really pretty incredible jobs so that he would get the money.
Wow.
Okay. He ended up being a pilot for boats in out of the Charleston port, because back in those days it was very difficult to navigate ports because you really had to get around a lot of other boats and things. So when the Civil War started, he was essentially piloting boats for the Confederacy to get them through northern blockades, and he was doing that on the regular. Sneaking guns and ammunition past the northern blockades for the Confederacy. It's not something he wanted to do. He was a slave.
Right.
Okay, so one night, all the slave owners and the militia go off the boat to go dine that night. He gets his wife, his kids, his friends, their wives, their kids, everyone he could get, all the slaves he could get, put him on the boat. He dressed up like the captain.
Oh.
He rowed the boat all the way through all the southern posts and, waved like he was the captain.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and he recognized many of them but they had seen him so many times that they didn't think much of it. He brought the ship filled with slaves right to the northern blockade.
Oh, my goodness.
And they were all set free at that point.
Wow.
Now, that's amazing right there. He went on to become a great entrepreneur. He ran for Congress as a Republican and won numerous times.
Wow.
And then when he retired, he bought the McKee house, the plantation house, where he was born a slave.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, hold on. It gets even crazier. The widow, McKee, was suffering dementia in, the 1880s, right? So she kept leaving where she was being taken care of, and she would just wander back to her plantation. Robert Smalls took her in.
Oh, my goodness.
And cared for her the rest of her days. The McKee children were destitute. He took them in as well.
My goodness.
Wow.
And Mrs. McKee was so, she needed routine so badly that he allowed her to sleep in the master bedroom because that's what she had been used to. Now, this is an inspiring story of a man, pushed by grace to save people, to bring them out of slavery, and then to do kindness like that. That's one of the most amazing stories I've ever heard of Christian perseverance, and we never even heard of this guy.
Yeah.
No, right.
Wow, what a fascinating story.
It's amazing, and it's so sad that this man isn't talked about constantly.
Robert Smalls.
And it brings to mind another story on your website, on creativeminorityreport.com. You point out, and it was Cardinal Sarah that said it as well, we're just a saint away. We just need some saints to rise up and do the right thing, as we see in this story of Mr. Smalls, to be generous, to be kind, and to live lives that lead other people to Christ.
That's right. I truly believe that. We are just one saint away from turning this thing around, and boy, do we need turning around right now. But the darker all this gets, these acts of courage and faith and shining grace onto the world are going to shine out. And I really, really believe that things are going to turn around very soon, and it's going to come through courage, through grace, through love, through faith.
Man, I always enjoy our conversations, and I'm always moved by them. And then it points out one big thing for all of us. Man, the stuff that Ron and I do beforehand is just silly. This is just crazy. Then we get an inspirational story like this, and it's like...
That's right.
Yeah,
Head to creativeminorityreport.com and get yourself some education. Yeah. Thank you, man.
God bless, guys.